Hello everyone, Dr. Sean Reyes here to talk about UFC 252 last weekend with Sean O'Malley's foot injury. Occurred 15 minutes past my place here, and I was hoping and praying that they would have called me to come take a look, but they didn't. They sent him to the hospital, which was, a good move on their part. Anyway, let's see what really happened with this injury.
You're watching the channel of Dr. Sean Reyes, where I talk about health, fitness, medicine with a specialization in the foot and ankle.
So first, let's recap UFC 252 in case you missed it. Omalley is sitting here fighting. Nothing really went wrong except that little stumble a minute ago, which I'll get into in a moment. But boom, he falls down right there. What the heck? There he is again in slow-mo. He's twisting on the foot. Nasty injury there. Now what you'll see next is Omalley will get back up. He'll try to fight. He's stumbling a little bit, and then Vera capitalizes on the pain, and he just comes in like a tiger out of a cage, elbows and fist, and then Herb Dean calls it, and it's over. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of misinformation going out there on what exactly happened. A lot of people are quick to jump on the bandwagon that he just hurt his initial Liz Frank joint, just magically started re-aggravating in the middle of the fight. And that's not quite what happened. What led him to twisting that foot in a relatively non-violent encounter? He's just sitting there bouncing a little bit, and then the foot suddenly just twists on him and he's in a great deal of pain. Truth is, Sean O'Malley got hit with a hard kick just before that to the outer leg just below the knee and got whammed at an area where the peroneal nerve is. Now, I'm not going to bog you down with all the details of this nerve. Let's just say when you get hit in it, it causes something called drop foot. What is drop foot? Drop foot is exactly what it sounds. The foot drops because you can't bend it backward, a motion that we call dorsiflexion. So you get hit in the nerve, you lose motor and sensory function, whether it be temporarily or for longer periods. But when you get hit, he couldn't get the foot back, he couldn't bend it. So he may be able to push off a little bit, but he's not able to bend the foot back. So when he pushes, he goes back to lift the foot up, but he can't, and he rolls it like that. And that is what caused his injury. And we're seeing this more and more with UFC fighters. People are getting kicked on that outer leg, and it's causing their leg to act like it's possessed by some sort of demon. One of my favorite examples is the Johnson versus Cejudo fight, where he gets kicked in that leg and then he loses the function of the leg and he looks like a newborn deer trying to walk. And that's very dangerous because for those brief moments where you don't have that motor or the sensory function, God knows what could happen. You could break the foot, twist the ankle, cause some sort of more permanent damage than what's already done to the leg. Now, this injury is not to be confused with those models who are walking and their legs start shaking and falling. That's just bad balance. So now we see things coming together. He's sitting there fighting, doing quite well, I might add. Gets hit at the outer leg, gets the pain and the numbness and the shooting sensation, loses his motor and sensory function. Then, moments later, he twists the foot and injures the foot or the ankle. And let's break that down. Now, the Liz Frank joint, little ligament, goes across the foot right here, very important. And then we have the Liz Frank joint right across that area as well, and I will be breaking down the specifics of that in my next video. So the question is, did he re-injure that area here? Very well could have. Now, the Liz Frank ligament can be injured in a number of ways. One of the more common ways is abduction to the forefoot. Think about it, you got the ligament from here to here, and if I sit here and I rotate the foot like that, that'll be causing a torque motion, twisting motion that can injure the ligament. Another way it's going to would be any type of axial compression of the foot, where we see that in football players where the foot goes down, and then we have an axial compression there that can cause the injury. Now, when you look at the picture at Sean's foot, you can see his foot looks a lot like this. What injuries are we setting ourselves up for with this type of weird shaped foot? The first I'm going to worry about is a sprain of the midfoot, the Liz Frank joint, this area right here. But the thing is, afterwards, Omalley said it was his ankle that hurt. He's said over and over again, it felt like it was the same pain, but at a different location. He's like, my foot felt like it was asleep. It was the same pain as the initial injury back in 2018, which was right in this area here, but at a different location. So he either hurt it over here, but I'm thinking it's at the ankle because they're getting an MRI of the ankle, and then he's saying my ankle hurts. So that kind of disregards this injury, which is a good thing, because if he messed up that initial Liz Frank injury, his career would be questioned after that, because that's hard to recover when you just keep re-injuring it and re-injuring, and especially when you already did your rehab and apparent surgery from the initial injury. So what did he do? With this motion here, he likely tore one of the ligaments on the outer ankle. We have 3 ligaments over here, and this motion right here likely tore the ATFL, known as the anterior talofibular ligament. So just how bad is this injury? From looking at it in terms of the way it twisted, and he's saying the pain's in the ankle, he likely did An ankle sprain. And we see ankle sprains all the time, and they can be really bad or they can be not so bad. We see it in basketball players all the time. They twist their ankle and they usually walk it off. But if you twist it hard enough, you can tear those ligaments, and that'll be debilitating in a fight. And you can't fight with one foot, unless your name's Ralph Macchio. Now we're waiting on the MRI to see exactly what happened. Can't get it right after the fight because it's going to light up like the 4th of July. Now Omalley probably didn't break anything. He got the x-rays shortly after the fight and he said they came back negative. And it's real important. I hope they did contralateral x-rays because the shift in the midfoot can be so subtle that you need to compare it to a healthy foot to see if he re-injured that Liz Frank. Then they go to the ankle, and you're not going to see the ligaments on the ankle, but what you can see is displacement of the bones. If normally the bones are like this and they're held together by a ligament and that ligament snaps and the bone goes chit, then we have a ligament injury. Now we've all twisted our ankle and injured our foot, myself included. I'm actually doing physical therapy for my injury. I've even been hit with a few times along that peroneal nerve, which hurts quite a bit. I've never injured my Liz Frank area, thank God. I don't want to go through that. But in Sean's case, it begs the question, why does he keep getting these injuries? I mean, his Achilles heel is almost literally like his Achilles heel. He keeps injuring the areas in his foot and his ankle. So I can't explain why he keeps doing that. I mean, he's a pretty scrawny, lanky guy. Could just be bad luck. But the thing is, he can bounce back from this injury. If it comes back as a mild to moderate sprain, he'll be all right. He'll just need to do some physical therapy. And based on his Instagram little dance here that he's doing, doesn't seem to be in any pain, and he seems to be moving okay. But that doesn't mean he can handle the athleticism that you need in a cage. The second he pushes off on that foot or does some sort of eversion or inversion of the foot, that's what's really going to test those ligaments out. But hopefully the MRI comes back negative. It could come back as a couple tears in the ligaments, but even then I think he'll be okay. I'm just really glad it's not that midfoot Liz Frank injury, because I think that would have sidelined him for quite a while. All right, so let's recap the differential diagnoses here. We got the Liz Frank ligament injury. I doubt it. We got a midfoot sprain or a Liz Frank joint sprain. Possible. Chances are it's an ankle sprain. We'll wait the MRI to see how bad it is. We'll do some physical therapy to boost that up, and hopefully he'll be all right. Thanks for watching. What's going on, everybody? I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button with the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video. I also have a martial arts channel that's pretty sweet. You can check out some of the videos here and follow me there as well. Anyway, thanks for watching.